Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. It's good to be able to get together with you and learn a little bit more about English. It's been such a long time that we've been together, but still, it's better to connect. It's better than nothing to be able to connect with you guys. I just want to remind you that this is a different way of learning. We are all getting used to it. And it's very important for you to be persistent, okay? And don't give up. Also, one important thing that I want to share with you is don't forget after you watch the video to comment on the video on the YouTube channel so that people can track your, let's say, attendance. Okay? Um, this is a class for Ventures number 4. And today we're going to be looking, this week actually, we're going to be looking at lesson 4, health. We are kind of behind in our schedule, so we have to make things go a little faster. But if you have any questions, please don't forget that you can contact me anytime. This is the ways you can contact me, my cell phone, my email, and don't forget we have our WhatsApp group, okay? But do want to encourage you to connect with me anytime, all the time, especially if you have any questions in regards to our lesson. Okay, so today's overview, our class will be divided into 3 parts, 20 minutes each. There will be a break, so don't take a long break, just stretch, go to the bathroom, get something to drink, but come back and continue to watch the video. Okay, so part 1, we're going to focus on vocabulary and listening. Part 2, it's going to be grammar. And part 3, a little bit more of grammar. And the focus of lesson 4 is modal verbs. Okay, if you have any questions, I do encourage you to write them down so you can ask me later, because usually when a question pops up, people usually don't write them down, so they tend to forget. So I do encourage you to write your questions down so that you can ask me later. Okay? But this is very important. When you are doing some online classes, you're being proactive and engaging the classes with questions and everything. It's really important for you. Okay? Um, let's move on. And this is the part 1 of today's lesson. So we're gonna be covering pages 44, and specifically we're going to focus also on page 45. Okay, and if something we don't have in regards to your if we don't cover the workbook, actually if we don't cover the workbook, I want you to do the workbook as a homework. All the correspondent pages from the lesson that we just covered, I want you to assume that they are homework for you. Okay, so go to page 45. We're going to focus on exercises 2A and 2B. It's a listening exercise. You're going to listening, you're going to listen to a conversation. So I want you to focus on, look, 2A, who are the speakers? And number 2, what are they talking about? And then also I want you to fill out this empty spaces here. Sarah's symptoms and Mike's advice for her. Okay? So listen and start answering the questions.
Unit 4, Health, page 45, exercises 2A and 2B. Part 1.
Cindy, have you seen Sarah?
No, I don't think she's here yet.
She should have been here 25 minutes ago. Did she call to say she'd be late?
No, she didn't. Oh, good
Good morning, Sarah.
I'm sorry. I know I'm late, but the buses are so unreliable.
I don't know about the buses, Sarah, but I do know that if you're late one more time, I'm going to have to fire you.
Part 2.
Thanks for picking me up, Mike.
No problem.
We have to hurry. My driving test is in half an hour.
We have plenty of time. The DMV is just 10 minutes from here.
All right.
Are you okay? You seem tense.
Yeah, I'm pretty stressed out.
How come?
I was late to work again this morning.
Oh no.
And the boss said that if it happens again, he's gonna fire me.
No wonder you're stressed out.
I'm so worried about losing my job. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't concentrate.
You know, Sarah, if you're not feeling well, you don't have to take the driving test today.
Yes, I do, Mike. I have to pass this driving test so I can get my license and buy a car and stop depending on buses.
Okay, I understand. But if you want to pass the test, then you have to calm down. Try to relax. Take a few deep breaths.
Okay.
Now think positive thoughts. Tell yourself, I'm a good driver. I'm going to pass my driving test.
I'm a good driver. I'm gonna pass my driving test.
Seriously, Sarah, you ought to learn some techniques for coping with anxiety.
Like what?
Simple stuff. Like I said, deep breathing is good, thinking positive thoughts, and I find that it helps me to meditate every day.
Meditation. Let's talk about it later. Here's the DMV.
Good luck, and don't forget, you're a good driver.
Thanks, Mike. You're a good friend.
Okay, so tell me, who are the speakers? Who are the speakers? Sarah and Mike, right? Sarah and Mike, they are the speakers. And also you had in the beginning, Sarah and her boss, right? Sarah and her boss. Then I think she was late and she got in trouble. So in the beginning of the conversation, the boss asked Cindy, "Where is Sarah?" And then what's the name of the boss? Do you remember? It's Mr. Stanley, right? And then the second part is when Sarah talks with Mike. Um, in the beginning of the conversation, uh, Mr. Stanley, the boss, was talking about Sarah and why she was getting late to work, and if she continues to get late to work, she would get fired, right? She would lose her job. And do you remember why? What was what what was the reason for Sarah getting late for work? It was the bus, right? So, and then after when she talks with Mike about what had happened, then they talk about getting a car, right? And being able to go to work on time, okay? Then taking the driving test and anything else, okay? So now let's go to letter B, Sarah's symptoms, okay? So Sarah had some issues going on with her because she was worried and she used the words she was stressed out. That's in the second part of the conversation, right? And she said that she can't sleep. What else she said? Do you remember? So she said, I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't concentrate. Yeah, these were the three symptoms. I can't sleep, can't eat, and can't concentrate. And do you remember Mike's advice for her to to relax, to calm down. Yeah. So he said to take deep breaths, right? Take a few deep breaths. And also he said, think positive thoughts, think positive. And he asked for he told her meditation. Meditation is a good thing, right? Meditation. Okay? So this is lesson number 2. That exercise number 2. So now let's go to the next exercise, exercise 3. So exercise 3, what you have to do is you have these words here on this gray box, exercise 3A, page 45. I want you to look at these words and repeat after me. Anxiety, anxiety, breathing, breathing, calm down, calm down, concentrate, concentrate, cope with, cope with, meditation, meditation, positive, positive, stressed out, stressed out, techniques, techniques, and tense, tense. So what I need you to do now is to use these words to complete this text, this box here. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to complete, and then we are gonna do the correction together, okay? Just do the exercise now. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna follow the correction of the exercise. I'm gonna play the correction now. Okay, so just follow in your book and pay attention to the correction. Okay, the words that you had to use to complete this text.
Page 45, exercise 3A.
Mike is driving Sarah to the Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, to take her driving test. He notices that she's very tense. Sarah says she's stressed out because she was late to work again. She's worried that her boss will fire her if she's late one more time. She's so afraid of losing her job that she can't eat, she can't sleep, and she can't concentrate. Mike says that she has to calm down if she wants to pass her driving test. He suggests 3 techniques to help her cope with her anxiety. One is deep breathing. The second one is thinking positive thoughts. And the third one is meditation.
Okay, so how was it? Easy or difficult? You can replay again if you need to, if you missed a word or something, if you did not understand, just go back in the video and listen again. And that's the convenience about the an online course, is that if you missed something, you can just go back and re-listen again. Okay, but moving on, what I want to tell you is this: we have some exercises in the workbook that you can do. So I urge you to do after you finish the class, or maybe tomorrow in your free time. Just come back to the workbook and do pages 42 and 43, uh, these listening exercises, okay? And then this is what we have for this first part of the class, okay? Do you have any questions? Please let me know, okay? Um, this first part, it was very simple. It was just listening exercises, just some new vocabulary, some words that you are gonna get used to it, because this unit we're gonna talk about stress, and to recognize some words that are related to stress, and you're gonna learn how to manage stress and how stress impacts work. Okay, but I'm in the second part and the third part. That's the difficult one. That's when we're going to talk about grammar. Okay, so what I want you to do is just take a break now, relax, get something to drink, or but it's just a short break. Okay, and we'll see you in a bit for the second part of today's class.